Tom, I know you had an incident a long time ago. A lot of people don't know about where you sort of, and everything's great now and you're fine, God willing.
Yeah.
But you had an incident and it was where, tell me about that.
Well, it was a little health scare, which I didn't necessarily experience in that without context. I'm sorry I mentioned it, but everybody around me did. And I mean, Jessica kind of literally saved my life. And when I was in the hospital, obviously my parents flew in. We talked about how my parents are awesome. And there were really only two other people that came to visit me in the hospital. One was my buddy Ryan. And it's funny because I don't remember seeing him there because I was still sort of in the hospital mode.
Yeah.
The only person I remember actually visiting me was you, which you didn't need to be there. You didn't have to come there. I don't even know how you knew about what was happening. And then throughout that and me sort of kind of coming back from whatever it was, you were there to be like, hey, buddy, let's go hang out. Like, let's go up to the Mulholland Tennis Club. Like, let's get out of the house.
That's when we started hanging out, really, after that incident. And
you really, and it helped me because you allowed me to kind of talk about some of the frustrations I was having. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe I've never said that before. But yeah, it was a weird experience. It's sort of like, is it like you have tent poles in your life? You were born, you graduate high school, or I didn't go to college, but maybe you have a 10-year-long television show and that ends.
Yeah, that's
then,
college. Smallville College.
And then you have children, and then you have health things, and it was a tent pole. And I do know that what you did for me was very helpful. So thank you. And continue to do.
And we don't have to, of course, man, of course, but we don't have to get into it. But it was a scare because you passed out, right, in a DMV.
Yeah.
You passed out completely unconscious, pretty much, and in front of everybody. It was like, were you just standing there? Do you remember anything you said before you just passed out?
Well, one of the things about what happens is you don't remember because that's how your brain protects yourself. But if my wife Jessica was standing to my right, if I had fallen to my left, there would have been more serious consequences. But I fell to my right, and she kind of like helped me to the ground. And then it was I woke up at the hospital. So, and then it was just trying to figure things out. And we did, and everything's fine now. But it was weird. I mean, I think Jessica had to deal with it more than I did, if that makes any sense, because I was not conscious.
Yeah, I remember it's one of those things.
And by the way, Jessica was pregnant at the time with Thompson.
And what's scary is it happened. There was no rhyme or reason. You had no health issues.
If it happened 10 minutes ahead of time, I'd have been on the highway driving 65 miles an hour.
And that wouldn't have been good.
No.